should have got that on there. Did you?
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Two Fat Guys at the Movies. This is, I forgot my name, Professor M, Mr. J. And today, shh.
Hold on, we need to do a spoiler alert first.
Spoiler alert.
I've been holding that fart for a while because I was afraid to do it in the theater.
Because
hold on. Spoiler alert. We saw a sequel to a movie that we actually had not watched the first one.
So I honestly don't even know when that. Okay, so it's called. We went and saw A Quiet Place Part 2. I never heard of it until Mr. J was like, "Let's go see it." Okay, fine, whatever. Part 2. Didn't bother to watch the first one because I was kind of like, okay, it's part 2. Maybe they'll just kind of give us like a little like backstory of the first one, because that's kind of how they did It Chapter 2. They kind of gave us I felt like you could watch It Chapter 2 without watching Chapter 1 and still get the premise of the movie, and it still be a decent movie on its own, which I thought was actually pretty good that they did that. So I was kind of, maybe they'll do that with this one, which they did.
Sort of.
Well, like I said, the beginning of the movie starts off like it's like a quiet town. You know, it's like a small town. Everybody knows each other, you know, having a baseball game. You know, they kind of hint that there's something going on with the world, but they don't say. And then, like, all of a sudden they see this giant, like, looks like it could have been anything. Like, it could have been like a meteor. It could have been like a spaceship, like a shuttle coming down. Like, and I know Mr. J had mentioned something about aliens, but it didn't click in my mind. I was like, okay, because he was like giving me a rundown of like what he read of the first one.
No, I just stuff I gathered from YouTube videos that explaining everything about it.
So I was like, okay, cool. And then like I'm just sitting there like, okay, what is this making me balance? It's like I'm like, it's probably gonna be like a scary jump movie.
Let me describe.
Fucking alien jumped out. I was like, all right, I'm in.
Obviously, everyone knows Stranger Things.
Is that what those were?
No, but that's what it kind of looked like to me.
Oh.
A little cross between those and
the Demogorgon.
Here, I want to explain this movie myself, because it was straight up one of those like horror genre survivor games, like, you know, like your Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Because it was so quiet in there, I didn't want to sit there and say anything, because I'm sure I'd be like, oh my god, someone's talking in the movie.
This movie was extremely quiet, I think, and I actually.
And it was supposed to be in a good way.
There are several movies. There are very few movies out there that keep me invested the entire time. There was not one time in this movie where I pulled myself out, where I was like, all right, what is this? You know, like even like Avengers. Like I don't want to like say anything bad about like Marvel movies or anything, but there have been times where I kind of like, you know, I feel myself pull out of the movie and you're like, yeah, this is kind of silly, you know, or this is kind of too cheesy. Nope, I was like this the entire time. I mean, I went into this thinking like, I'm not gonna give a shit.
It's one of those kind of like, again, those horror movies where you're like, kid, don't do it, kid.
Oh, there was this time where they split up, and I'm just sitting like, oh Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Why? You know, but I mean.
But you know, obviously, since I told him about Reed Richards dying in the first one, but Susan Storm came through in this one.
Yeah, well. No, actually, there was the children. Okay, so basically there's people probably can crucify me in the comments or whatever. I've never seen the first one.
Wait, do people actually watch these videos?
I don't know. If you watch these videos, leave a comment down below and prove me wrong. Anyways, no, yeah, I was like, I honestly felt like usually, like, you watch a sequel to a movie and you've never seen the first one, you usually like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, and I'm sure like if I watched the first one, I'd probably leave that theater thinking, what the fuck were they? Were they aliens? I mean, obviously they're aliens.
I think that's I think for us, it helped not really seeing the first one, because you see like the first little, you're like, oh, this
day
is
one,
day
and
one.
then it was like what, day 400. So it's basically over a year and a half. Maybe 424, I think is what it said.
It was high.
It was basically over. They basically what happened. Basically, and they give you a little tease, like kind of give like kind of a, oh, yep. So basically, these creatures, they have long arms, So they have like these humanoid head looking. They remind me of Slender Man in a way, how they creep up on you. But yeah, they like the Demogorgon were like it's like a flower head. There's like big old teeth like in every angle and shit. And
they are ugly.
They're ugly as hell. They do a tease in the like after that goes day one, and it shows like everything's going on. I was like, okay, what is this movie gonna be about? Like I was like, I know he had told me, but I was still like, what is this movie gonna be about? Like they've already done, like obviously there's already been a part one, so the whole movie's been explained. This is like the ending of the movie, or like how I saw the meteor coming. As okay, this is the world-ending movie, So how is this gonna go? And when the fucking dude, like, there's like, what's going on? The dogs started barking. Like they saw the meteor, so okay, in the game, everybody go home. We'll find out what's going on. And when some dude just got whacked, or whoever it was got whacked into a building, I was like, okay, what the fuck was that? And then they saw the thing. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, why are they showing it so early?
No,
duh, this is the sequel. They probably showed it in the first one. So I was like, okay,
because if you're paying attention when she was going down to get the oxygen tank.
Yeah.
You actually saw, you saw she was going down this. That was the daughter going down that step. Sorry. But anyway, she was going down. Yeah, it's either when the daughter was going down the steps to get the radio, the speaker and stuff.
Yeah.
Or it was when Sue Storm was going down. Anyway, when they go down, you actually sit there and see like the dead creature at the bottom of the stairs.
Well, yeah, there was like several creatures around dead, and I was like, okay. So obviously, there's a whole plot of this first movie, storyline. Apparently, it's based off a book.
No, it was
or a screenplay or something like that.
The first one was written by two other guys. So basically, I think Reed Richards wrote and directed this one.
Yep.
Because he directed the first one, but I don't know if he helped write it.
I don't know, but I kind of got maybe this is a movie because I quickly pulled my phone out during the credits to see if there was an end credit scene. There's no end credit scene. And they said something about, like, there's no end credit scene, but it does possibly set up for sequels. Well, so more for this movie universe. And I'm like, honestly, I hope they make a third one. Just because I want to know more what the hell's going on.
It's one of those things where...
Because it's very isolated like this, because like the rest of the world could be fine.
The third one could work, the way maybe, because obviously they set it up the way it ended with the little, the girl taking off her, the concular, thing.
Hearing aid.
Well, no, there's actually there's something. It's not a hearing aid. It's actually something that's actually implanted and attached to her head.
Yeah. So I'm guessing the son's death too, right?
No, he is not.
Okay. Well,
he was talking.
Oh, was he talking? Okay, I guess he signed language a lot, so I thought, and she signed language to him too, so I thought maybe he was
I suppose it's one of the things where obviously since you have to be quiet, you wanted sign. And I thought it would be hilarious if we both knew ASL. We would have signed the whole thing.
Signed the whole movie. Yeah.
Well, no,
or the review.
Yeah. But I know very little.
All I know is asshole. Asshole.
Well, I just have to say thank you.
Thank you. And please and dive. I picked up a couple. I love the callback.
It's kind of one of those
and it had Scarecrow in the movie too, so Scarecrow helped out a lot.
Well, here's the weird thing. That's also Scarecrow, sure, or the guy who survived a zombie apocalypse over in the UK.
Oh yeah, no, which one was that one?
28 days.
Was it 28 days later? It's been a long time since I've seen that one. But yeah, I mean, damn man, I haven't seen. I mean, like for me, like kind of an original like movie idea. That was good.
I can honestly say I don't think I have any nitpicks on it. Of course, I haven't seen the first one, so that might.
I mean, the only nitpick was that Reed Richards was in the movie because I was like, okay, he's in the movie. This is gonna be a good movie. And then I was like, and then like he's trying to get to his family, and like the day one, which I'm sure happened the first one, and then it's like boom, and then it cut, and it's like day 424, and then now it's on the wife, and I'm sitting there going, the fucking dad. I know he told me to, but it didn't click until I was like, he motherfucker died. God motherfucking damn it.
I told you,
he's a good actor. And I'm like, what the fuck? God damn it.
And I've already told you I don't get The Office. I don't see the oh my god, it's such a great show.
All The Office. Yeah.
Anyway,
we didn't get into that, but
anyway, because like I say, I know because like I said again, watched enough YouTube videos like the ending of A Quiet Place explained. I always love those ones where they explain. It's like
you explain it. I mean, basically, she has like a thing that helps her understand words better or hear things because she can't hear nothing because she's deaf, and. I guess I'm guessing the ending of the first movie, she discovers that if she puts her thing up against a speaker, it radiates a sound that distracts the creatures, or basically
and she's actually deaf too.
And, she's deaf. Well, I mean, she's deaf. So it basically distracts the creature, so that they because okay, so they do a thing where they show a piece of paper, like a board or something.
It's like feedback. You know,
yeah, it's like the feedback. Yeah.
Since the thing's like blind and all it has is this hearing. So if you literally, the whole thing kept going in my mind, like, Jesus, can you imagine the scene, like, you know, if you like rip one, they're gonna find you too.
Yeah, right. You take a shit, you know, you take it a shit, and you're like, no. Or it's coming for me now.
Or it's like, yeah, you're out in the woods, you know, dropping a deuce, you're like, oh shit, I'm out of
yeah, there's not the thing is, there's not a lot of dialogue in this movie. Like the dialogue in this movie, the music score is what drives this movie. Honestly, the music. I don't know who directed. I don't know who did the music for this. I don't want to say, you know, not really or anything.
It wasn't.
I'm sure it wasn't. But whoever did the composing of this movie did a really good job, because there is talking in this movie, but they talk very softly, because obviously the creature. Okay, so they kind of explain the creatures are blind. They hear sound. And I think I don't think fire was on there, or anything like that, because, you know, obviously, you know, near the climax of the movie, you know, she blows up a oxygen tank, and it survives the fire.
Oh no, we forgot our free posters that we'll probably end up throwing away
That's
later.
okay. That's fine. The other thing is like, and I'm also guessing that kid is like, you know, I mean, that's gotta suck, have that quiet sex. I mean, that sucks. I'm assuming the baby was. I'm assuming she wasn't pregnant. And 400 days, as she obviously, the baby looked like it was at least like maybe 5 months old, maybe.
Well, I know it was like born in the movie because they had to get someplace. They had to get to a quiet place.
Yeah.
Because the music guy is Marco Beltrami.
Don't know who it is, but damn, thank you. This movie had so much spice. And this movie was just like, it was just good. Like and maybe like for those who saw the first film might be going, God, this movie sucked. Oh, and
I don't know how to spell the name, but the guy who asked us said to Star-Lord who was in the movie too.
Oh, yep. He was in the movie too. He's also in Captain Marvel too. He was he's a Kree. So.
I believe he
was in Guardians. He was in Guardians, and he was in the first Captain Marvel. Because he's a Kree, basically. But anyways.
How would you like to sit there and have like your credit be Boy on Island?
Oh God. Of course he gets killed in the movie too. You know, he kind of freaks out. I gotta go check on the family. They basically reveal that the one character, Scarecrow. I'm just gonna call him Scarecrow. His wife got sick, and because they decide they have to leave or whatever. Like the wife decides that they have to leave.
I think you said his son or sons got taken that day.
His sons were taken. The wife got sick and she died, and he just didn't do anything. He just stayed in where he was.
The way he made it sounds like, she died at home and he left. Spoiler alert, she was actually in the same place he was.
Yep, and he kept her like in bed, and it was disgusting. Of course, it was there was a lot of jump scares in this movie. Well, there wasn't a lot of jump scares, but
the birds were.
The birds. I heard who? It's like in the corner of my eye, I was like, he jumped at that. I knew something was gonna happen. I was like, either birds, a body's gonna fall, which a body did fall, or one of those things going, ah! Jump scares don't get me, man. They don't. You telegraph it too much, man.
It's called, like I said, it's like a horror genre survival game. I mean,
yeah.
The whole time she's walking on that train, thinking something's gonna happen. And then hold on. Here's where it hit home for like the whole horror, survivor game where they go, oh, well, she needs help, so of course she's gonna get a med pack.
Yep, she got a med pack. Yep. You know what this movie reminded me of? It reminded me of DayZ. And the reason why I say DayZ, if you ever played DayZ, DayZ is basically, it takes place on basically a Russian map or whatever, so all the street names are in Russian and shit like that. We got suckered into buying Black Widow cups again too, by the way.
No, I bought a large and they gave me.
They gave us.
How are there different cups?
Are these different cups?
Oh, yeah, I got Black Widow on both mine. You got Black Widow and.
Oh yeah, these are. You know what? I'll have to compare when I get home.
We'll do a comparison video on the cups later.
Review. If you guys want to see a review on soda cups, let us know. But yeah, damn, this was a good movie. I mean, there's not a lot of movies where I can walk away and say I didn't like it, or say I liked it, but then there was these problems. I mean, it probably had problems. But the pacing, the pacing, I never felt like it had a pacing problem. Music was good, the acting was good.
A lot of times when you split any part of like a story, like a movie, TV show, where you haven't split it into 3 parts, sometimes it lags. Well, they actually made it kind of keep going,
Yeah, it just kept going. They threw all the spice in it. They kept the juice going. It just kept flowing, and I was just like, okay. All right, I don't know about you. I was invested in this entire movie. I didn't fall out and go, oh, God, is this over yet? I wasn't bored. And I walked into this thinking that I was going to be, confused as hell what was going on, But being, I am a huge fan of, survival games and, aliens and, that kind of genre stuff. I kind of got it. Whatever, shuttle crashed, they went to Mars, they brought some shit back with them, I don't know, because I haven't seen the first one, if it was even explained.
No, but, I think that's what they did, the opening thing, to kind of
meteor came to Earth, had fucking aliens on it, these aliens came out and started attacking people, and obviously the family that the movie follows, and their friend who ends up helping the daughter at the end get to the radio station across in the island, and they find out that they can't swim, and I guess early on the Coast Guard, they realize that because when they get to the island, there's they were having a camp out and shit, and they're like, yeah, we're isolated here, but we don't have to be as quiet, even though they probably took them a while to get there or whatever. So because the kids were they just went straight dead, and they're
and then
then
the sea star showed up.
Yeah, but yeah, I was okay, so basically they're saying that they realize they can't swim, so get people on boats, get off get to islands.
And it's basically, here's how.
I'm guessing it was inside the boat.
No, didn't, because the one jumped on, tried to kill the other two people.
Yeah, it fell in the water, and
then
they couldn't swim.
The boat got loose, so it drowned, but the other one jumped on the boat. And since the boat was already out in the water, it just drifted.
Oh, okay? So, okay. Oh, it was on top of a boat and it drifted. Yeah. Okay, that was one thing that I just kind of was confused on, and he realized, shit, everybody inside, it's fucking here, and it's just going crazy. And the guy gets in his car, is honking the horn. They make it to the radio station so she can broadcast the message. Obviously, like I said, this movie is very isolated, so you don't have the bigger picture. Is the rest of the world under attack by these aliens? Was it meteors crashed all over the fucking place, World of the Worlds? Where alien ships came down everywhere, and it was what was it? Wasn't it a song or something?
World of Worlds?
Yeah, wasn't it a song, or what was it? It was disease.
Yeah,
it was disease.
They were killed by the common cold.
They came out, and then because they didn't have immunity to when they started coming out of their ships to, I don't know, investigate or whatever. I guess it depends on which version, if you watch the original or you watch the Tom Cruise one. I think it was Tom Cruise, right?
Well, it's still the same. It's the same thing, yeah. It's basically...
Yeah, it was...
Once they're all on Earth and they kind of start their...
What was the one? Oh, Mars Attacks. Where it's the really bad song that their heads explode.
Well, yeah,
the really bad freaking 30 song.
I'm sorry if people hate that movie, but it was actually one of those movies.
I love that movie.
It was a dumb fun movie,
I love that movie. I didn't even shit on that movie. I fucking love that movie. Nothing wrong with that movie. But yeah, I don't know. This is and nobody's given us a rating yet or mentioned it yet to us. So again, in the comments down below, if you think we should have a rating system that's common through all these videos, please let us know. We would like to know. I'm gonna give this movie 4 fantastic stars. You see what I did there? Yeah. Please, Marvel, hire these two to be the Fantastic Four, and I think the kids should be the children. I know the kid's name was Franklin. I don't know who the daughter is. What was the daughter's name?
Valeria.
Valeria. Hire all 4 of them. And you know what? The guy who plays Scarecrow, he's not big enough though to be.
Oh,
I was thinking maybe the Thing, but I don't think he could pull that off. But definitely, you got Sue Storm and Reed Richards. Please.
Well, he could.
Please.
He could easily do it. Because it's
The
CGI.
Rock. Yeah. Well, I mean, like early on in the movie, or like however they do a flashback where they show Baby Grimm. If like, I don't know. I guess it doesn't have to be big. He doesn't have to be a big bulky
I'm
guy.
I'm afraid that I think this seems to be doing well. I don't want them to do a prequel for it because because basically the first maybe 10, 15 minutes of the movie.
It depends on
that was a prequel enough for me, even though I didn't watch the first one.
It depends on how much of the first film explains what's going on. That was if I'm gonna have a problem with this movie, it was that I did not know what was really going on. Was it an alien invasion?
I think that's
was it an accident? Like I said, maybe the space shuttle went to Mars. They went to Mars. They took whatever. They went to Mars. And they come back and there's aliens on the ship.
It couldn't be just one thing though, because remember it was because the guys were watching on the news. I think
it was happening everywhere.
For me, it was one of those things where that was explanation enough. Where hey, these things are dropping. Oh my God, there's one in the sky here.
Oh, shit, there is.
Yeah.
And I should just edit the video where the screen falls over. Yeah, I mean.
But no, like I said, I don't want it to do prequel. Like a third movie, maybe kind of finishing off it as a trilogy, making basically where they get to okay, let's put it this way, the Independence Day, which was the only good movie, independent movie, the first one.
We're talking about the second one. Didn't happen.
It could have been better, but they really blew it. I think they waited too long. Anyway, basically how they kind of got out on, how they basically told everyone how to take down the motherships.
Yep.
I could sit there and see that as a third one.
Oh, broadcasting.
Yeah, basically that way.
Save the world.
Or you could easily be made into like an hour-long episode TV series on whatever
HBO Max.
HBO, whatever. But anyway, because that way they can sit there and do it where you have these people reprise their roles in the first few episodes, and then it's like branches out to, hey, we're now in San Diego.
That's what I was gonna say. The third one could be like, okay, like we talked about this family. Now we're gonna go introduce this family or this group of people in a different situation.
The only problem I have with that
like in a mall
is the fact. Well, yeah. The only problem I have with that though is that if they do that, then it'll be
same movie or
then basically then they would start turning out A Quiet Place 67. We're over in London. We're like, hey, guess what? It's the same story.
I would love it. I would love the trilogy just as a joke to be like the first one's called A Quiet Place. And instead of this being called part 2, it's called It's Still a Quiet Place. And the third one being It's a Quiet Place Forever. And then the last one,
you're saying
it's not quiet anymore.
So basically, you should want to call it A Quiet Place Returns, A Quiet Place Forever, and then you want A Quiet Place and Robin. Yeah.
and then you don't do one for a couple years, and you A Quiet Place Begins. And then
Quiet Place
Night. Oh, A Quiet Place. And then A Quiet Place Rises. And then you can do The Quiet Place.
And then you have
we're referencing Batman, by the way, if you don't get it. If you don't get that, get off.
And then you have let's see, it was a break two different genres. A Quiet Place versus Brightburn.
Oh, Quiet Place Viper. Dawn of the Fart.
Dawn of
Stranger Quiet Places. I almost for a second there as I was watching it, my mind did kind of go to Stranger Things. I was like, is that kid? No, it's not that kid. The kid with curly hair. The kid with curly hair in the movie. I thought it was the same kid, and I was like, that's hilarious. But I think he's a little older now. I think the kid's a little older than this kid was. And I don't want to like you fat shame anybody, but I think he's a little chubbier. Like, a little bit more cheekbone. This kid was like more flat cheekbone. The other kid had a little. Sorry, I'm not saying kids are fat. I'm not saying the kid was fat in Stranger Things. I'm just saying he was the chubby one. Not saying that he's actually fat. Whatever. Two fat guys in the movies. We're talking about fat people. We're talking about fat kids here.
And then we're also going to tell everybody we're not going to go see Black Widow because there is a fat shaming scene in that movie, and we're going to
Was there really?
Oh yes, remember, still fits.
Oh, still fits. Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna support my local movie theater. I'm gonna support Disney and give them $30 and go watch this movie in my home.
You know what's funny is no, because
I'm not gonna fucking do that.
No, what's funny? I'm not really about that spending $30 because there will be people who will do that.
That's fine.
No, but what I want to say is hold on, train just left the depot. Is no okay it came back. From what I understand, basically movies in theaters since everything that happened, happened is like there is going to be now a shorter. It's going to spend a shorter time in theater.
Yep.
And then it's going to hit. I don't know if it's going to hit like streaming / digital.
I know HBO, not HBO. Yeah, HBO, or no, Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers owns HBO. They said that for this year only, that every movie they release in theaters is also going to be free on HBO Max for a year, for just 1 month, for like a month. So like Godzilla vs. Kong was on there for 1 month.
You know what's funny? That's now on Vudu, but for $30. I'm gonna get it, but not for $30.
Not for $30. I'll wait till it's regular price. And then Mortal Kombat was also on there for a month, and it just fell off at the end of May or something like that. Yeah, it's like May 26th or something like that. It fell off. So and that's okay, because here's the thing: HBO Max is like $14. Versus Disney, which is like $8 now or something, or it went up to $9 or something. Yeah. But then when they only release certain movies on their premium service, and I'm okay. You know what? I know I complained about, what was the first one they did? Mulan. I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I don't even care. We didn't even watch it. We didn't do anything on Mulan. We had an entire list of movies we're gonna do, or at least these are the list of movies. Like if you go to the website, you can see the list of movies that we are planning to doing. This was an optude that we didn't plan on doing this. We're like, let's go see it, because there's a lot of gaps. Because like the next movie we'd go see would be F9, which would be next week. No, 2 more weeks from now.
Yep.
And then after that, another week for Black Widow, because it's July 7th. July 9th.
She got a Quiet Place poster. Why didn't we get one?
No. Can I get a quiet? He's trying. We got it. Ooh, okay. Woo! Time to interview. No, no, yeah. I don't know, guys. I liked it. I didn't.
There's a little bit of stink on that one.
That's me trying to roll the window.
Lock.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it, guys. It was a good movie. I didn't. You know what it did? It made me want to go watch the first one. That's what it did.
It's funny.
That's what it did. It made me want to go watch the first one.
Except for this past Black Friday. Most of Black Fridays I'd go and I would buy movies. Just to end up selling them to like a shop.
And now they know you do that.
Well, who cares? Because I'm not.
Everybody does it.
Everyone does it. Because you go buy it and they basically, I know. When I got them at Walmart, all you had to do was like scan the receipt, and they would go on Vudu.
Yep.
And then you'd get the digital copy, and that's what I did with like that one, plus like Creed, and a couple other ones. And I think I've had a Quiet Place for like a few years now, and I have
never watched it.
To watch it.
Yes, to watch it. Yeah, I plan on definitely checking this one out and watching it, and probably end up buying this when it comes out just to watch it again. Because I mean, damn, it was. Like I said, like there wasn't a lot of dialogue in this movie. There was no exposition in this movie. Oh my god. Do you hear that, folks? Movie studios, you can make a really good movie without having a goddamn, like, every movie's got to have that section of exposition where they have to explain the whole goddamn thing, the whole damn plot. Like there was only, I guess there was one section of that where he there's only one section of the movie where I feel like there was a little bit of explanation when he was explaining, like, the people out there you don't know, do you? They're terrible. That's why I'm saying this movie reminded me of DayZ, because when you go into DayZ, you're in like a world there's zombies, but zombies aren't really the problem. You have to worry about other players who can be your friend, or they can turn around and shoot you in the back of the head when you're not paying attention. So I was like, okay, so the people out there are just kind of like, they become thieves, basically just do whatever they do, take your shit, and then leave you to get killed by the monsters. Which is kind of what happened when we got into like I don't want to say the climax, but like probably the beginning of the third
act.
beginning of the third act when this happens.
When those like weird people who've been out in the sun too damn long.
Yeah, and they're all like burnt up, and they're like, you know, they're trying to get the boat, and the little girl like. Now I guess I have a complaint there, but after that guy was like tells them no, people out there are terrible, but then there's this little girl. He's like, hey, you okay, little girl? And he's like, shoot, rope around his neck, and boom, caught. You're caught.
It's one of those things,
dumbass.
You gotta remember, he was like a father. He's like some kid out there, like scared.
I know.
It's paternal.
It was probably, yep. I was like, man, the minute I saw the little girl, I was like, nope.
Well, I'm not
shoot her in the head.
I kept saying, when he was talking about,
we do not promote child violence on this channel.
When he was talking about like how the people, you know, change. I mean, obviously that's one thought I had, like, oh, well, they just became, you know, basically the killer to be killed kind of thing. Where,
yeah, basically.
Where you have a can of beans, I want those fucking can of beans. Give them to me.
Yeah, pretty much, you know.
But then again, I thought, like, wait, because you know, since I didn't see the first one, I was like, thinking, like, wait, if they get like, bit by one of these things and survive, does that mean they change? Which I thought, if that was true, I'd be like, that would be
kind of cool. But yeah, I see more like because they were quiet too, and they were like, nope, we're taking your stuff. I want you to know that we're taking your stuff. And like they didn't fight. Like he didn't try to fight him, you know. And that's why I was like, oh, I really like the callback where he would ask her. Like in the very beginning, he asked her, how do you say dive? And she goes like this. And then he's like got these, like, they put a rope around his neck and he's got bottles attached to him. So if he moves, balls and basically jingles. So if he moves, he's got bling on him. If he moves, it's gonna attract the Demigar.
You know who would have kicked ass in that movie? Mr. T.
You know who else would have kicked ass in the movie?
He would give him
the Expendables, put the whole cast in there.
You would give him the
he would give him the people eyebrow, and they'd like, ah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I liked it.
That's what he called it, right? Was the people's eyebrow?
The people's elbow. Yeah.
No,
that was the people's elbow.
Well, I know the move was the people's.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's called the people's eyebrow because he does that and then he does the people's elbow. So, or he does it afterwards. I don't. It's been a while, so. Yeah, guys, I liked it. You know, if you guys enjoyed this video,
it doesn't go by The Rock anymore.
Oh, sorry, Dwayne Johnson. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
It's like you know him. Well, hey, The Rock.
You know, hey, Rock, and he's like, oh, and then he just drops me. You know. Thank you so much. You dropped me. You know. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, you know, be sure to hit that subscribe button, bell notification.
Give us money.
Give it.
Any movie studio?
No money. And you know, hey, Century Theaters, if you want to support us and give us free tickets to come see movies.
If any movie company, you know, wants us to give positive reviews, send us money.
You don't have to send us money, just send us free movie tickets, and we'll go review The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. If they gave you money to go see that movie, you'd go see it.
Yeah, but
he's scared. Leave me a comment down below, #Mr. J Scared.
It just sounds like, well, I wanted to use a word that's derogatory now, so I'm not going to use that word. No, it's...
He doesn't like scary movies, I already know it.
No, it's just...
This movie wasn't really scary, it was more just like a zombie movie, where zombie movies aren't actually scary. Anyways.
No, but it's just one of those words where it's like, you know, the Conjuring movies to me seem kind of stupid. I mean, they're like, oh, they're based on these people's, you know, files, which... How many fucking case files they have that are that interesting? I mean, really... Anyway.
Well, I'm not gonna get into it. This is probably the second one. The second one based on there. The other ones were based off. The other ones were based off the doll. So it's one case file with several events.
No, there were actually other Conjuring movies where they were actually
Yeah, there's 3. This is
I'm not. No.
There's 5 total.
There's the Conjuring, then there's the Annabelle movies.
There's 2. There's this is the 3rd Conjuring movie, but there's 2 Annabelle movies.
And
anyways, I might be wrong.
Annabelle is actually a Raggedy Ann doll.
I know. That's. They refused. They refused to let them use Raggedy Ann doll because they did not want to tarnish the whatever. But you can just look at whatever. It's dumb.
It's actually still locked in a case.
It is still locked in the case, and I'd be, hey, you know what? Maybe even take a trip down there.
I think it's.
Think it's on the way.
I don't think so.
Well, we can make a detour. It's fine. We can take an extra day. He's like, nope, we ain't going now.
Oh, no.
We ain't going to Disney World now. Fuck that. Yeah, guys. So if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like, subscribe. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of this movie. Did you see this movie? Did you see the second one? Do you think that we were over positive for this movie because we didn't see the first one?
We're not going to win hell. We're going to Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Why not? When I'm driving, I'll go where I want. No, I'm just kidding. We ain't going to fucking Connecticut. Yeah, guys. Thanks for watching. Anything else you gotta say? Says for me to get the fuck out of the car.
No, I
fart, sing.
I might. I think I got another one in the chamber. No,
he's loading it up.
Thinking about it. might as well go for the hack trick.
There is one thing left for tradition that Mr. J must have to do. If he remembers it or not.
I don't have a button anymore. If that's what you're talking about.
No, I don't have.
Or
I don't have merch anymore.
If you're asking about this, Diana, if you're watching, stop it now. Just go. For fuck's sake.
One of these days, I'm gonna ask her if you actually watched any of our reviews, and she'll probably be like, "No." It's like, "Okay, good," because Mr. J gets very angry at the end of each review. So please don't watch it. But Logan and husband, you can watch it all you want. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Professor M and Mr. J. And next week, we'll don't know what we're watching. This was episode 5 of Two Fat Guys at the Movies.
Maybe we'll watch A Quiet Place to give a review on that. And
if you guys want to see that, you know, pop it in. Like, we don't actually have to go see movies. I mean, because like with the limited movies coming out, you know, we did Netflix. Well, Army still came out in theaters, but we saw it on Netflix. We watched it on Netflix separately. Yeah, if you guys want, even if you guys want us to do old movies, we could definitely do that too. You know, we can do that as like a premium service.
Did you ever do the 30th anniversary release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No.
I remember.
I don't think I did.
That was last year, November.
When we had to go see it? No, I don't think we did.
We just did it because I remember talking about how it was so, you know, thanks to global warming that I didn't have to wear a coat on November 6th because it was so damn warm.
Oh, I don't think we did a movie.
We did.
I'll have to look at my archive videos. I don't think I have it.
But anyway, we saw that. I'm still thinking it would be hilarious to do just like a rehash of like the, you know, do our like a separate marathon of Fast and Furious movies, like in not chronological order.
We'll have to start with number 2 though.
Well, we
already did number 1. We're not doing it again.
Too fat, too furious.
Too fat, too fat, too furious, guys. Okay, this video's not going too long enough. He's yawning now, and he's loading it up, so we're gonna head out.
Bye, weep, Rana, weep, anyone.
Till next time, guys.